exciting. Hopefully...
It's going to be a good time.
I hope so. Okay, so quick refresher from last time, because it's almost been a month, holy moly. And I'm gonna put my dice away so it doesn't make any noises. But last we left off, you guys had completed your mission. Not the whole get Elise to the tournament thing. That was a bust. But but you did manage to get the seats to the king. Last left off, you guys are sitting at the dining room table, and it was kind of agreed between you all, maybe out loud, or maybe just with a look or something, who knows, that you guys don't really need to stick together anymore. I mean, the objective is done, and you guys aren't really like a team. You just were hired for the same thing. So at this point, it is now free reign for Svein.
Well, that sounds great.
All right. So
he's going to have some fun.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Here's how this is set up. We've got an hour until the actual festivities kick off. So if you were to go to the inner stadium and you look around at the booths, nothing will probably be ready at this point. I think while we were kind of planning this, you did say you had actually a plan in mind as to what Svein would go off and do. But I don't know if he would do it now, or if he's going to wait the hour, kind of hang around the festival, and then go back in. I think that's up to you.
I think he's gonna try it now, because there's so many people that are getting ready for the festival. If he wants to do something sneaky, this is a good time for everyone to be distracted and maybe not notice him.
I mean, fair point. Okay, so we'll say then self and she went off in the direction of the library. Now, I don't know if you're gonna wait a couple minutes and go after her, or you're gonna wait a good half hour. It's up to you, but that's the setup right now. You've got the queen, she left, she went to the library. You've got these kitchen staff people who kind of keep coming out and giving you stuff, making sure you guys are okay. And there's a couple guards here and there just kind of walking around. And that is the scenario. And you still have, at this point, about an hour until the festival starts.
All right. So Svein is going to, wait around for, I'm going to say maybe 10 minutes. And he's going to eat some of the food that they're bringing out to him, and he's going to try to just nonchalantly walk out of the room while he's kind of eating these snacks that the food service people keep giving him.
Okay.
In the direction of the library.
Okay. So, about 10 minutes goes by as you do this. Kennam actually excuses himself. He says something about a bake sale or something. You didn't quite catch all of it. And he actually takes Kevin with him. Something about, taking her for a walk or, something to that extent. You're not really paying attention. You're kind of, focused on this mission objective that you have in your brain.
I got stuff to do.
Yeah, you do. Excuse me. So, about 10 minutes pass, and, so how do you, subtly leave the area, then? What's your MO? How do you do this? Paint me a picture.
Just, mumbling to myself, this is really delicious, and there's some wonderful things here. I can't wait until the festivities begin. And just kind of try and wander out the room, just not looking at anybody, just mumbling.
Okay. All right. Let's see. How about then you roll me? I was going to say stealth, but you're kind of acting a little nonchalant. So how about let's do performance then. Let's see if you can act cool enough and no one really will mind. So you roll me then a sweet performance. Excuse me. And we'll see how nonchalant you can be. 11, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So you, we'll say you're snacking on one of those meat pies you stole earlier. Maybe it became your fave. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of you're kind of slipping across the dining room, and no one seems to notice you. Your old caravan crew is kind of doing their own thing. The servers and cooks are doing their own thing. But as you get to the door leading to the hallway down to the library, and you think you're just about out of the home stretch, the door actually opens, and I'll give you a chance here to make you can make a stealth check if you want to kind of like maybe you like hide behind the door, or you like hide behind a plant or something, so whoever is coming through this door doesn't see you.
Okay. Yeah, definitely gonna try that. So here we go.
Here we go.
Oh,
No.
got a natural 1 plus 2, so that's bad.
Starting off strong. Okay, so you're too. I guess you're too fixated maybe on this meat pie. Maybe it's
too delicious. I hope I don't start choking on it.
It's like it's got lamb, and last one had like beef. It's like, whoa, fancy. And you don't notice this door is flying open, and you look up a little too late, and it hits you right across the face. And you kind of stagger back a bit. And on the other side, like, you don't take any damage. It didn't hit you that hard. But, still, you look pretty stupid. Now everyone's definitely looking at you.
Oh yeah.
Including the two people who are behind the door, which are the captain of the guards that you saw earlier when you were, I think, did you help apprehend the gnome? I don't quite remember.
Let me see. No, I don't think I did. I think I watched from afar.
Okay.
But I did come over and...
You did come over.
I think, exchange a few words, so
Possibly.
they might recognize me.
I mean, you probably recognize this guy. He's got, like, the most fanciest looking armor. He's got, like, the hat, or not the hat, the helmet.
Yeah.
The helmet of plumage. So, he's pretty striking. And next to him is another looking guard, not that impressive looking. He actually kind of looks like, almost like the village militia. Like, whatever armor was around, they just kind of gave him, so it's a little off-sized. And, he kind of comes forward and, make me a perception. We'll just see if you, like, recognize who this guy is. Maybe you saw him, maybe you overheard, Kennam. Who knows? And maybe it'll give you a chance to stop rolling these terrible rolls.
Yeah, I got a 16.
Alright, that's good. So you recognize the not as impressive looking guy as Hubert the guard. And he kind of starts forward and he's like, oh, geez, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. And then the more impressive guard kind of puts a hand out and he shakes his head and he goes, Hubert, no, just relax. And the captain of the guards kind of stands over you, Svein, and he's like, and where do you think you're going, little buddy? I mean, there's no reason for you to be next to this door.
Oh, my apologies. My stomach. I can't believe how many of these meat pies I've eaten. Have you tasted these? They're delicious.
Hubert pipes up from behind the captain. Oh, you got a chance to try them? I've been trying to take one. And then again, the guard stops him. The captain stops him, shaking his head, looking a little disappointed. And he says, well, I mean, if you need facilities, there's some probably set up outside. So, if you want to make your way that way.
Oh, I see. Thank you. Well, have you had a chance to try these yet? I have another one here. I'm willing to share with both of you. See? Just break it right down the middle.
Hubert looks game for this pie splitting. The captain of the guards does not too much. He kind of looks at you with sort of a dubious look. And, he says, look, listen, I did become captain of the guard just by taking, just random snacks from people I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm grateful for what you guys did earlier with the whole gnome situation. Like, that was cool, but he's kind of like...
Oh, indeed. It was a pleasure.
But, you have to understand, like, I don't actually know you, so I can't just take a handout.
Oh, well, you see, I got it from them, and I'm sure that you know them, and so now I'm giving it to you, so you might not know me, but you do know them.
Hubert looks at me, he's like, that's actually pretty sound logic. the captain guard the guards goes, you just want that. Hubert, look, listen, I will take care of this. Just relax. And I'm trying to, let's see, if you want, because he's probably gonna keep saying no regardless of what you do.
Yeah.
But you could persuade him. You could do some little persuasions with the charisma. See if you can take that pie.
Yeah.
Take a little piece.
Here we go.
Here we
Let's
go,
see
guys.
what happens. Magic dice, don't fail me now.
Here we go. Oh, now I remember. We got those dice.
Yeah.
We got the real dice for this reason. A 6. Yeah, no.
It's all right.
The guard is like, no. The captain of the guards shakes his head. He's like, no, really, I'm okay. Just why don't we could go together.
Should I just put these back where I found them?
I mean,
then?
you can keep it. I don't care. But if you need help, finding that bathroom outside, I can assist.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, if you would, that would be great.
Okay. So now you got your own little escort. So the captain of the guards kind of walks ahead of you, gestures to Hubert to sit in the back. Make sure you don't go anywhere. And you guys start through the dining room. And as you guys are walking, Hubert kind of leans into you. And he's like, I'm still totally game for that whole splitting the pie thing. I really want to try those. I heard they're really good.
Oh, they are delicious. And I'm going to try and say this very, very quietly. And I'm going to try to, just sneak a piece over to Hubert.
Okay.
And while he's fixated on that, try and just sneak away. Hopefully, Captain of the Guard doesn't turn around.
You're going to entice him with pie. Okay.
Yep.
I'm game. Go for it. Oh, geez. What would that even be? Okay, what are you doing? You're trying to...
So I guess several things.
That's a lot of things, yeah.
I'm trying to be quiet so that the captain of the guard has no reason to turn around.
Oh no, like if you just split this pie with him, it's not a big deal. He doesn't care about that. I mean, if Hubert, if he dies, if he gets poisoned, it's a big deal. If this little stand-in guard doesn't, I mean,
yeah. Well, no. Well, see, what I'm thinking is, if the captain of the guard is walking in front of me, and Hubert is behind me, if I give Hubert a pie, and then he gets distracted, then I just turn around.
I totally get you. No, you can give him that piece of pie, and to kind of distract him. Let's see, what could be distracting? What is distraction on my magical sheet of skills? I guess it's another performance, because you're kind of trying to really hype up this pie. And
that makes sense.
Yeah, you're trying to get him to really fixate on it.
Yeah, and I don't want him to wolf it down. I want him to take his time.
Oh no, this is a delicious delicacy.
Exactly.
It's made of lamb, for God's sake.
That's right. Yeah.
Another 6.
Another 6.
Okay, so he takes your piece and he's like, thanks, and it immediately disappears in his mouth, and it's just gone. And he's like, man, yeah, that was. I don't know what those cooks are doing back there, if it's actual magic or not, but magic on my taste buds, you know what I mean?
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah.
So, if you want...
Inwardly saying, dang it, no!
If you want, you still have, your piece of the pie, so you could give him another piece. Give another try. Alright, you're gonna go for it again?
Yes.
Alright.
I'm gonna hand it over. I can't finish this, so I'm sure you could put it to good use.
Alright, and you know what, this time... Just because I like this whole angle of distract him with the pie, I'm going to give you advantage this time.
All right.
Because this is pretty great.
Sweet.
All right.
See, I knew that pie would come in handy.
Yeah. So make your first pie roll. A 3. All right. That's worse than 6, but you got advantage this time, so,
Let's try this again.
Oh, God. Okay, that one would have been really bad, but, we'll go with a 3.
Yeah, I'm going to take that 3.
He takes the other piece of pie and he's like, thank you so much. Immediately disappears in his mouth. It's just gone. He wolfs it down as if the apocalypse were upon him. And he's getting he is not eating this as delicately as you should with this kind of tasty treat. All of the gravy is just getting all over his face. There are crumbs galore. He looks like a hot mess. And because he's just so, noisily enjoying this pie, the captain actually does turn around and he notices him. And he's like, Hubert, for God's sake, what did I just... We literally just had a whole conversation. We don't take hand up... Ugh. And Hubert's like, but it's like, it's a gift. Like, it's pie. Come on. Like, I have not eaten anything. And then immediately the captain kind of grabs him and he starts him off to the kitchen. And he's like, Hubert, repeat after me. Poisoning is a thing when you have a higher up position. And he looks over at you, Svein. He's like, okay, look, I gotta go take care of this hot mess. But I trust you could find the bathrooms outside. I mean,
It's just that way?
yeah,
over
just
there?
like literally go out the doors. They're like in these little blue boxes. It's like a new invention. I don't know, like porta potty John, something like that. They're really easy to find.
Interesting.
I'm sure you'll find them.
I'm sure that I will.
Okay.
And where should I meet you? Or
I mean, like
that's all right.
yeah, I
I
trust
can-
you can take care
You're
of
busy.
this.
I can take it from here.
All right, that's fine. And then the guard pulls Hubert by the arm into the kitchen, and then they vanish, never to be seen again.
I'm gonna nod and just start heading back towards that door.
Backpedal. Okay, all right. Just for funsies, let's do a stealth this time. Just because
Yeah.
you're trying to be sneaky.
That's right. I'm trying to like look at all the tables and see what's going on, and just like nod my head like, oh yeah, that
Oh
looks
yeah, that's
interesting.
great. And then
Uh-huh.
beeline it. Just beeline it for that door. No more
Yeah.
pussyfooting around. Golly,
Okay.
gumdrops.
Here is stealth. 14.
Okay, 14. I can work with that. Yeah, no, nobody notices you this time. You get through that door. You are now in the hallway. Congratulations. And, you've been through this hallway before, so you know where the door is. It's like a couple doors down. So I'll let you make your way down there, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So you make your way down. Are you still in, like, sneak mode, or are you just kind of, like, nonchalantly strolling at this point?
I'm gonna say sneak mode.
Okay, so it's kind of taking your time, going slow, maybe ducking behind one of those pillars that hold vases.
That's right. All I need is to get caught again and have him go tell the captain of the guard they saw me walking
No,
around
totally,
out there.
totally. I get you. Okay, so you are sneak-a-leaking down this hallway. You taking your time, you know, the library's there. It's not going anywhere. And as you make your way closer to the library, like you see the double doors. Obviously, there's no guards now because Hubert and the captain just left, just passed you by. But as you approach these doors, I need you to make me a perception check.
All right. 13.
13. Okay, that's enough. As you draw closer to these doors, you hear inside, you hear the queen and you hear the king, and neither one of them sounds very thrilled. You might actually say that they're yelling at each other, but you're not quite close enough to hear what exactly they're saying. And as you're kind of like listening to this muffled shouting, the door, one of the double doors suddenly flies open.
Oh no.
And you so it flies open and you see the queen kind of come out in a huff, and she turns around and she yells inside, assumingly to the Phoenix King. She shouts, "Honestly, I don't even know which one of you I'm married anymore." And then you watch her turn, not in your direction, but the opposite way, and she goes down the hallway.
Oh boy. And is the door still open?
The door is still open, yes.
Okay.
You just gotta like sit there.
I'm going to crouch down and try and quietly make my way into the library. Hopefully there's like a whole bunch of desks or something in there so that if I crouch down low enough with all my dwarfiness,
Okay.
it's hard to see me.
Alright, make me, real quick, stealth, because as you're making your way towards its door, the king comes out next. I just kind of imagine you like take a couple steps and then he comes out. It's like, oh shit! So now you're like,
Yeah.
so make me a stealth 4.
Oh, 4.
Okay, Yeah, no, so you make your way to this door thinking, all right, maybe it's okay. And then he comes out, and you kind of do like this backpedal, like, oh shit!
Yeah.
And you hear the king. He looks like he's about to shout something, like the words, "Wait, I'm sorry," come off his lips, and then he kind of glances over and looks at you because you are now like on the ground. And he looks at you for a second, and he almost looks confused, like he's never seen you before. And then he shakes his head, and the sort of aura of braggartness, boastfulness, I don't know. He looks like an asshole. Goes at his chest. There we go. And he's like, "Oh, right, you. We just met a couple seconds ago. Wow, super embarrassing. Totally do not remember your name at all."
Oh, it's Svein, Your Majesty.
Svein, right. And he offers you a hand up. And he
Oh,
says,
thank you.
"Wow.
The meat pies here are really delicious, but I think I had one too many.
I understand that. I totally feel what you mean." And he's still holding your hand, and he kind of turns it over a bit. He says, "Oh, cool. I totally didn't notice that. You got He kind of looks at you, and then he notices something on your face, and he says, "Huh, all right, listen, I don't mean to sound, no, I 100 mean to sound a little offensive. You've got, like, rocks on your face? And your hand.
Oh, yes.
Is that
They're gemstones.
Yeah, should I be worried about that?" And he
No.
kind of actually recoils a little bit.
Oh, no, it's perfectly normal for my race. We dwarves, we like to decorate ourselves. I suppose as some races wear jewelry, rings or earrings.
You just, like, wear it on your skin, though.
That's right. Yes.
And then he blinks, and again, he looks confused, almost like he should have known that. And then he shakes his head again. He says, look, did you get lost to the bathroom? Because I'm pretty sure it's the other direction. Oh, God. And then he looks down the hall where his wife had stormed off, and he looks back at you, and he's like, okay, look, I totally get you probably got just turned around or something. Bathrooms are, like, down that way, and he points down to the way that you had just come from.
Oh.
Right. So you're gonna have to excuse me. And he turns to the library, and he closes it, and you hear this clicking sound. He says, "So, I trust you could get out of here okay by yourself." And then, without even, like, saying goodbye or just acknowledging you're still there, he takes off down the hall after his wife.
All right. So I'm gonna, I don't know. I guess just kind of hang around for
Just, like, wait for them to disappear.
just a couple minutes.
Okay.
Not too long. I don't want to tempt fate here.
Okay.
Spending all day out in this hallway for someone else to walk through there. So I'm gonna just wait a couple minutes.
Okay, so I like, we'll say that you wait until you sort of don't hear the king's footsteps anymore, and it's quiet in the hallway again. And yeah, so now you're in this hallway by yourself, and you actually get a second to look around a little bit. And this hallway, not super fat, like nothing like really jumps out at you, but it is built into a coliseum. So you've got a window beside you that kind of leads down to the actual lower coliseum part itself. You can see there's a bunch of, like, tables being set up. A couple people actually have their game booths ready, and sky's getting a little darker, and you estimate you're probably about maybe 25 feet off the ground, perhaps.
Ooh.
And so that's to your left, and of course the door is over there as well. And to your right, it looks like a very inconspicuous door. You reason it's probably some sort of, like, utilities closet, perhaps, or just like a storage closet of some sort. You actually see a couple lining down the hallway to the right. There seems to be a couple of these doors. And yeah, so that's what you see now that you've actually had a second and you're not about to be caught and thrown in jail.
It's good to know. I'm gonna file away all this
information.
Sweet informations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
just for reference as well, you've probably been messing around for about 15, 20 minutes. So that's 20 minutes out of your hour before the festival starts.
okay, all right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go up to that library door,
All right.
take out my thieves' tools, and try to unlock this thing.
Which
Oh
nobody bothered
no!
to.
First, I'm going to take a look at it
Okay.
and see if I can notice anything. Make sure that it's not like, there's some kind of trap on there.
Okay, so
That would suck.
so I'm looking at this 4, and that's not your role to try and.
That is not. No,
Okay,
I
cool
don't.
beans.
I don't remember what that one was. I think that was stealth. Okay.
I think that was. I think that's when the
So-
king caught you.
Let's see. So is this going to be perception to check this door out?
You're checking for like. Are you like looking for specifically for something like a trap or a magic trap?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Th-
Yeah, I'm looking for any magic traps or any non-magical traps, or maybe like an alarm, like a cord connected to a
No,
bell.
I
It's
get
gonna
you.
ring if I try to do something.
No, I got that. So if you wanted to make a magical sort of investigation, it would have to be like an Arcana check, I think. But if you just want to look for some basic stuff, probably investigation, because the lock is there. You don't have to find the lock, but
Yeah.
you're just like looking for clues.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
would
I'll just do some non-magical
Yeah.
investigation.
So I
I'll
would do
that.
some investigation. Nice investigation check. Let's Ah, there we go.
20.
19 plus 1. Excellent. Yeah, there's definitely nothing here. It looks like maybe there should have been. Like, there was this whole complex lock system that maybe takes about 5 minutes to go through. But literally all he did was stick the key, like the one tumbler, and ran off. So I guess, when you're rushed. But no, that appears to be the only lock in place.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and go at it with my thieves' tools. See if I can't unlock this door and
Okay.
get inside.
And I don't know if this is right or not, but I like this idea that because you actually brought a proper Thieves' Tool set, that you can have advantage. Or maybe Thieves' Tool always gives you advantage? I don't know. But that makes sense in my brain.
Not sure. Yeah, makes sense.
But you know what? I am God, and God says Thieves' Tool equals advantage. So you go for it, little Spadey.
Sweet.
Okay, 11.
Okay.
That's okay. Pretty
Let's
decent.
Try that again.
God, plus
See
8,
what
huh?
we get. Yeah.
Wow.
Those thieves' tools help out a lot.
19!
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, no, that definitely opens it. Like, you stick in one of your pins, you turn it once to the left, and it just pops open. No resistance.
All right. So I'm gonna let myself in,
Okay.
shut the door,
All right.
and see if I can't lock it the same way it was locked when I got there.
Okay. So as you actually shut this door, you do see that indeed there was a whole elaborate locking system. You see like these giant tumblers lining top to bottom. There are some strings, like some wire traps. Maybe something magical, look like some magical runes of sorts. And then it all leads up to like that single tumbler that you just opened, which is the easiest way and most efficient way to lock it. And that's easily locked from the inside, so you just gotta twist it and
Yeah.
you're
Mhm.
golden.
All right. Gonna set that. And now I'm gonna look around this library.
All right. So you've been here before, but it's worth setting the mood again. This is, I mean, I don't know how many libraries you've seen, but this is a pretty gorgeous library. You've got the stained glass, all three sides. You got the giant bookshelves, a lot of art and styling of the room, like architecturally speaking. Because I'm pretty sure the last time you were in here, you kind of realized that the Phoenix King was praying to that one god who
Oh
I think
yeah,
is named,
don't remember the name.
I want to say Palos. I think that might be wrong.
I think that was it.
Screw it. It's that god that I said last time, the one with
Mhm.
suns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like that whole architecture is 100% based off of that teaching and that sort of mindset. And you got a couple books here and there. It doesn't look like that little circle of books has been cleaned up yet. And what you do notice, the desk where the Phoenix King had put down all those seeds earlier, those are now gone. They're not on the desk anymore.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you still got the books.
That's right. And to Svein, that might be a little bit more important.
Truth.
He loves him some books.
He does.
So
He's a little book dwarf worm person.
that's right. So he's gonna quickly take a look at all these books and figure out which one looks the most interesting, because he doesn't have enough time to read all these things, and
Okay.
he's probably not gonna try and take them with him. So
Good plan.
he's gonna try and flip through these real quick.
All right, so let's see. I guess that would be another. No, it wouldn't be. I'm debating between perception and investigation because the books are there. You're not detecting a book's presence.
Yeah.
They're there.
What if I did like history or something
okay.
like that?
Wait,
like,
all
oh, I recognize this title,
Hold
or
the
this
phone.
seems like a rare book, or
That's
something
actually
like
not
that.
a bad idea. I have a thought with that. You can make. You could argue a roll with me if like that's a specific book you're looking for. Like if you are looking for a history-based book, you can make a history roll, or like a magic book, you're like make an arcana. If it's just kind of out in the open, you can just do a normal investigation. But if you're looking for something specific, I'll let you make that kind of specific.
All
roll.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna look for something arcana.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can find some information specifically on maybe like magical curses and how to
Magics.
undo those.
Okay. That was weirdly specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, make that roll.
We'll see. 8.
8. Okay. I mean, a lot of these books look pretty gosh darn magical. A lot of them have blank covers, which is very important for a magic book. They got funny runes and symbols, also very important. And sometimes when you open one, can't read the language, so it's probably magic. I mean, probably. Maybe.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just start, no time like the present. Just go ahead and just start leafing through some of these, see if there's one that I can read and understand.
Okay.
Let's see. And he's fluent in Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Draconic.
Draconic, huh?
That's right. There could be some really cool books written in that. And you need to
Okay.
be able to read those things.
Fair. All right. I'll give you a deal because you probably hit about the half-hour mark in your hour of uninterrupted festival time. So here's my questions to you. When this half hour is up, is Svein gonna leave the library, or is he gonna see how long he can ride this? Like, does he actually want to go down to the festival and participate, or is he just gonna like see if he can just stay at this library for as long as he can?
It's pretty risky.
I know.
But he does know that the Phoenix King is going to fight people in the tournament at some point.
At some point, yeah. I mean, tomorrow.
Yeah. So, I guess that's not today. So, there is still that chance that he could walk right back into here.
He could. I would say you could, because this was my thing. You could spend a half hour. You wouldn't have to roll anything, but you could just spend a half hour kind of like looking over these books, seeing if you can find any neat looking spell things. But you could also spend this half hour like like finding the most choice hiding spots, so if someone did bust in, you could have advantage in stealth or something like that.
Yep. Are there windows here?
Oh yeah, like there's these like 3 giant stained glass windows that lead to that kind of 25-30 foot drop below to the center of the stadium.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to spend this half hour kind of investigating, looking for hiding spots, and also looking for a possible escape route. Like, if someone all of a sudden came in, would I be able to get out the window fast enough?
No, I got you. Okay. So because you're spending a half hour doing this, I'm not going to make you roll to find like a super awesome hiding spot. But I still want you to make a perception check.
All right.
For other little diggly secrets.
All right. I got a 10.
Okay. So then forget what I said. All right. So you spend this half hour just sort of looking around this library. It's a pretty library. And like you said, if you could find a good hiding spot or an escape route, that would be great. And as you're looking around, the sun starts to set. and the stadium below starts to light up with all of these festive-looking lanterns. You see a couple phoenix-shaped flags. Or not flags. There could be flags, but there's also, like, kites, and they light up, and they're like, whizzing around. Because you have this aerial shot, it's really hard to really see anybody, but you can see that the festival's, like, starting to kick off. There's a bunch of people going to booths, winning prizes. It's a grand old time.
That's exactly what I want.
Yeah. So, and in your search, you managed to find the sweetest hiding spot and or escape route. And I'm going to let you tell me what that is.
All right. It is... Oh. I know what it is.
Okay.
It's a book drop. It's for those times when, things get really busy and people had to take books from the library.
Yeah.
And, they wanted to keep those out for a little bit, and then they need to bring them back. But you know how the king likes his private time in the library. He doesn't want to be disturbed, so people do need to bring their stuff back. So instead of actually entering the library and breaking his peace and everything, they can just stick him in this little chute from the next room over, this little book drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you find this book drop, and immediately you're like, yes, this is the place I'm going to hide.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now you have your, like, perfect, excellent hiding spot. So if someone does happen to bust in, you can take advantage on stealth, and you can hide in there.
Cool.
But, yeah, as of now, it's festival time. Basically, you get 3 actions to do something. And, and then we see what happens with those actions and how long they take. And again,
that
like with you, because it's a library, I don't know much what you can do with the library. It's probably going to be like you can really get into 3 books, or you can like learn about the architecture, or something like that. So you can tell me what the first thing is you want to do with your time.
All right. The first thing is I want to look through the library and try and find the most interesting, rare, cool books.
Okay. And since that's not as specific, you make me an investigation check.
All right.
Detective Svein on the bookcase.
That's right.
On the paper trail, you could say.
Yeah. Yes, we're on the same page. Yeah. I got a 12.
You got a 12. Okay. Got a 12. Ooh, what do I want you to find with a 12? Okay, so you are looking around the shelves. There's definitely some organization to this, because like you said, some people do come in here and they get books off the shelves, and it looks like a lot of these books are a little more commonplace. Like, you don't have how to be a necromancer in 10 days or any like crazy stuff like that. Like a lot of it's like, we got some storybooks, action adventures, some mystery. You've got some practical use books like farming for dummies. It's just like stuff you'd want to read. But one of them catches your eye, and it looks like a children's book, which is weird because you've kind of scanned through these shelves, and there are kids' books, but they're on the lower shelves, and this one's kind of higher up and out of the way for some reason.
That is curious. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and spend an action looking at this book.
Okay.
Figuring out kind of what's in there.
All right, if you're going to look at the book, we can pair it as the same thing. I figured you weren't going to be like, neat, and then go on to the next thing.
No.
That'd be silly. No, I'll give you this.
This out.
I'll give you this. All right, so you kind of pull the book off the shelf.
Okay. I crack that thing open.
Crack it wide open. All right, so you pull it off the shelf, and it's got this green cover, and it's embroidered in gold. In the center of it is it's kind of an abstract picture. It looks like it starts as a little wooden cradle, like a little baby's cradle, but it blossoms outwards into this huge tree, and that tree is it's encircled with another just circle of gold. And in the center of the book, weirdly enough, it says the wooden cradle. And let's see, as you bust that open, I gotta think. Yeah, you know what? We're just gonna read the whole thing. Why not?
Sounds good.
All right. So you crack it open, and this is what you read. Long ago, a trio of siblings looked upon our plane's empty canvas and created life on Gaia. The eldest and most practical recognized these lands could not simply be barren. With a wave of their hand, all we see came into existence. The sun and the moon, the rivers and streams, all met together in an endless sea. The youngest, imaginative and inspired by their sibling, created the beasts to inhabit this new and luscious world. That with feathers, furs, scales, they roamed this place and breathed into it the arcana and instinctual wonders of life. It would be a sight to see, something the siblings could witness as time passed on endlessly around them. But the middle child, not wishing to be underrepresented, had an ambitious thought. This world was too great for simple-minded creatures to inherit. Thus, with a misguided touch, imbued the conscious spark of thought within the animated and not. Now the thinkers had come about, their shapes as varied as the many beliefs they carried with them. But the thinkers took upon these gifts, the arcana, the instinctual, and nearly destroyed Gaia itself. And you would read the rest of this story, except a lot of it has been crossed out. Like someone took an ink pen and ran through it. A lot of it. And you're flipping through these pages and you can catch bits and pieces. You read, the eldest and the youngest chastised. You read, their ambition would cast doom. The wooden cradle was crafted. We thank the eldest and the youngest. And then, at the bottom, you read, we warn our fellow brothers and sisters. Beware the temptations of... And it's completely blacked out. You can't read a single thing.
Oh.
And that's all the inside of the book has. That's it.
Interesting. Such a shame that someone would do this to such a rare book. Well, I suppose
Yeah?
I will...
Oh, now I get it. I was trying to figure it out. I was like, why is he so quiet? Oh, he's trying to think he wants to steal it or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this book.
All right, that's fine. You put that book right in your pocket. Because you have pockets big enough for books.
That's right.
All right, so you have 2 actions left. What are you going to do?
All right. So... So, it was kind of weird finding this kid's book in this section, and it did kind of stand out. So I'm going to see if I can find any other books that are kind of like that just really don't look like they fit in the section where they're shelved.
Sounds good. Go for it.
And is this going to be investigation?
Yeah, because you definitely know what you're looking for now.
8.
You look around, you kind of expect, you hope, that you could find some books that are sticking out prominently, but no, nothing. Everything seems to be now in proper order. Biology books are with biology, biographies with biography. Nothing seems to be out of place. You got one more roll. What you gonna do? Okay. Do you want me to, like, kind of give you more details about this room so it's not just, like, book picking?
Sure. Yeah,
right.
Go for it.
Cool, because you've probably been in here for a couple hours at this point. Surprisingly, no one has come in to stop you. But that might be because nobody thinks you're in here. While this is going on, while you're, like, reading through this children's book and you're looking for other obscure books, the festival below you is kicking off. There are some happy, jovial laughter down there. Couple of screams, but, that's probably also jovial. The darkness is approaching. You can now see that the sky is dotted with all these stars. You got a little crescent moon that's coming up. And it's definitely getting later. And you've thoroughly kind of run past these bookshelves a couple times. And as much as you like books, you decide to kind of look around the room again, because maybe you're missing something. And you take a closer look around this room. And you've got the front door with its intricate lock system. And you've got a couple of reading desks and chairs. And you've got this bigger desk that looks almost kind of a lot like a work desk, like somebody's office desk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a couple of books, couple quills. You actually see a mace sitting on top as well. And it looks like the mace that the Phoenix King was using earlier. So, safe assumption that this is probably the Phoenix King's work desk of sorts.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah. And then, of course, you got the bookshelves behind you.
All right. Are there any, like, drawers in this work desk?
Right now, you're kind of facing forward to it, so you can't tell from that angle. You have to
Okay.
get closer.
I'm going to go around to the other side and see if there's maybe some drawers here on this
Okay.
desk.
As you do, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, darn.
Oh, darn. You didn't think I'd make it that easy, did you?
No. 7.
Oh, that's a 7. Okay.
Oh, boy.
So, you take a step up. It's sort of like on a high rise. There's like a ledge that you have to step up to. And on that ledge, there's this very like fancy looking rug. And the minute you step on that rug, your feet start to sink into the rug.
Oh, crap.
So now you're like ankle deep in this rug. And it doesn't look like it's stopping. You look like you're still sinking. So this is problematic.
Not a good situation.
No, not really.
All right. Is there anything around me that I can grab onto to try and help pull myself out of here?
Well, you've got the desk, which is just barely within arm's reach. There's a couple books on the desk.
If only I wasn't a dwarf.
The stubby arms. You've got the technically you're on a ledge, so I guess you've kind of got the ledge to grab if you somehow twist your body around and don't break your back doing so.
All right. It seems like a safe bet. I'm going to do that.
Okay, so you're
Try
gonna
and
like
grab that ledge.
all right. So you make me then a sick acrobatics because this is some Cirque du Soleil contortionist shit going on here.
That's right.
Yeah. Holy hell!
Oh,
21! Yeah, I don't know if you were like a circus performer in the past, but you just like effortlessly twist your body around and your big meaty dwarf hands slap on the edge, and you can now make... No, you know what? That was a 19. That was really good. That was impressive. You just like Cirque du Soleil yourself out of that situation. Like you grab the ledge and you kind of heist yourself forward and you flip over the ledge and kind of do like a little spring off backflip, and then you stick that landing, and it's just, it would have been really cool if someone saw that. But you
Exactly,
just,
yeah. Like, I'm kind of... Like, I'm glad that no one's here, like, seeing me, getting me in trouble, but I wish
Yeah.
that someone were here so that I could just take a little bow.
a little bow. But no, unfortunately, no.
No.
So that that doesn't count towards your action, because I don't know if you're gonna attempt something again. Because I know you want to get up on that desk.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get over to this desk, and I'm going to see if maybe... How close am I to it now?
So the desk is probably about 5 or so feet away from the ledge, and the rug encompasses a good square footage. You've got about like this rug is like 15 by 15 or so. Well, maybe not 15 vertically speaking, but it's got like a wide radius, kind of to discourage people to hop up on the ledge. And the desk is just far back enough that even if you did manage to sort of avoid that sticky weird trap, you'd still have a lot of rug to go.
Okay. Are there any like tall bookshelves near it? Can I maybe scramble up on some bookshelves, walk around on top of those, and then jump down onto the
So
desk?
unfortunately the bookshelves are farther back. They're a lot farther away
Of
from you.
course.
But there are a couple of other like study tables and like sitting chairs for sitting off to like off behind you, and you could probably do something with that. Kind of give yourself some elevation.
All right. Yep. I'm gonna stack me up some chairs on some desks here.
Okay.
See if I can't give myself a little boost to jump over there.
All right. It's cool. I like that. And so you kind of like climb up on your weird, scarily, probably not super stable structure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Make me an athletics check just to make sure like you don't slip and goof and everything shatters and it's terrible.
Ugh. Yeah.
6. Okay, so that thing I said. Like you get on top of the table just fine, and then you try and... I imagine you got this table first, and you kind of compared the two heights. You're like, no, it has to be taller. So you got a bunch of those wooden stacking chairs, and you stacked them up on top of each other. But you might have just stacked it a little too high. Because you start to climb it, and then the little tower of chairs just kind of goes... make me dexterity saving throw just to see if you don't, like, totally eat it. Oh, God.
Okay. Oh, what the... Whoops. Typed it wrong.
It's okay.
There we go, 15.
I know, 15. That Cirque du Soleil blooded lineage kicks in again, and you manage to nimbly hop off the chairs. Maybe do another backflip, some pirouettes, who the hell knows.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, the chairs clatter to the ground really loudly, but you're still on top of the table.
Did the chairs fall forward kind of like in a row so that I can just walk on top of them?
Oh, you know what? I think they did. You got a couple of the chairs. I assume you kind of pushed the table as close as you could to this ledge without actually being on the ledge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when this like stack of chairs fell, they sort of fell on the floor, kind of still together. A couple of them sort of broke free from the ranks, but you do kind of have this awkward little bridge of chairs. A couple of them actually did hit the rug, and you notice as they hit this rug, they don't start to sink. They're just there. Nothing happens to them.
Okay. Well then, I'm going to try and make my way across this chair pathway.
Okay.
And I'm gonna slow down and be real careful when I get to the first one that's on that rug,
Okay.
and I'm gonna see what happens.
When you step on that chair right
Mhm.
there. Okay.
Mhm.
So you kind of clamber down from the table, and you're stepping across your chair bridge. And as you said, you probably I don't know if you've ever seen like Tom and Jerry, but when like Tom is doing that creep thing to try and get Jerry, like his legs go all long and gangly, like I imagine you're doing that.
Uh-huh.
And like you're very, very carefully trying to put your foot down on the chair that's on the rug, and the minute you do, the chair just combusts under your feet, and then now you're in the rug again, and you are sinking.
Oh.
So that just happened.
Okay.
Okay.
I suppose then that I will see if maybe I can grab onto one of these chairs to pull myself out.
Okay. Are you
Don't
grabbing
wanna
like?
get eaten.
Are you grabbing like one of the chairs off the rug or on the rug?
Off.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I guess I could just like pull my way through this rug mess and
Maybe.
try and get closer and closer.
It's possible.
You know what? I'm gonna try that.
Okay. So you. This is a really weird image in my brain. Okay. So you kind of try to start fighting against the tug of the rug. Make me a strength check. Let's see how well you tug. You little tugboat, you.
All right. And this is not a save. This is just a check, right?
No, we're just going to see how... You're not, like, going to sink down farther. It doesn't seem like it's going to get Like, it's on your ankles, and then it's on your knees. Okay, just because of that, now it's up to your
I
waist.
got a 4.
God. Now it's on your waist. So you're having a really rough time wading through this stuff, because every step you take, it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. And you do manage to get to another chair on the rug, but at this point, it's up to your chest. And actually, as you touch that chair, instead of combusting this time, it starts to turn... It almost starts to turn to glass.
Ooh.
And it doesn't look like a chair anymore. It's actually starting to look a little humanoid. And
That is creepy.
a little bit, yeah. I need you. Actually, I don't need you. Don't worry. I'm gonna look at something real quick as this creepy image is creeping into your brain cavity. I actually probably should have had your sheet out this whole time in case something like this happened. Oh, Librarian Dan. Oh, gracious me. Okay, got it. So I'm actually gonna... Okay. I don't know if you can hear me like clicky clacking.
I hear it a little bit, yep.
Little baby clicky clacks. Okay. And you're watching this chair turning to glass, kind of starting to take the shape of a humanoid. And as you're watching this, you notice that the whole room is just gone. There is no room. The room has vanished. It almost looks like the interior of a cave. And all of the chairs around you take on the same property as the first. They start to turn to glass. They start to look more humanoid. And as you're looking around and you're watching this happen, the sensation of eyes on the back of your head is inescapable. And as you're kind of sinking more into this rug and all these chairs are turning more and more humanoid, they start to look more and more like children and teenagers. And they all look at you with this blank, hollow expression. Like there's not enough detail to really discern any sort of like gender or race or anything like that, but they're staring right at you, and collectively all at once they point and they shriek.
Oh, crap.
And before you completely descend into madness, a thought occurs to you that this can't be real. Like that one sentence flies through your head. This can't be real. And the minute you think that, you're back in the library. You're down on your back. You're staring up at the ceiling. You're on the rug. And the chairs are normal. And you don't know what just happened.
What the...
But you do hear, as you're lying down on this rug, kind of processing that hellscape, you hear something from outside. And, you know, typically you've heard sort of the jovial screams, and you've heard kind of people coming and going. You heard some music, just, you know, festival things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you hear one distinct booming voice. And that booming voice sounds a lot like the king. And he says, "Seems like another great year has passed for this nation." And that's the end of your little mini adventure.
Awesome. You guys like went half an hour.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. It's okay, because Tom's was kind of loud or long. That's cool. It's cool. So yeah, there you go. This is probably the point where Nick or Stephanie or whoever's recording this is gonna cut it.
You can hit stop recording.
Oh, I can hit stop recording. Fuck.